Hi guys, this is Jerry. I wanted to talk about the astral body and the light body. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because it's currently late at night, or early in the morning, I should say. It's not nighttime anymore. So I should go to sleep, but I want to talk about how to enter the light body, how to exit your body and have a totally new experience with just yourself, with your consciousness, your spirit body. So everything on YouTube, everything that is going to be online, most likely is going to talk about the astral body. The astral body is not necessarily the consciousness. It is not the higher self. It is not the Godhead. It is a body that basically is like the gelatin that keeps your ego and your higher self in this body. So it's the gelatin that keeps your consciousness within or encased in this body. So a lot of experiences that you might hear on YouTube are people explaining, oh man, I astral projected and I went to this place and I went to this place and I flew to this place. And that is honestly really cool because you can remote view things. You can see what people are doing in your town. But if you notice with astral projection, there is a limitation, and the limitation for astral projection is you can only travel within the realm of the earth, okay? And if you don't have a lot of hindsight, you won't know that there's a lot of sacred places within the earth that you could possibly visit. Like you can possibly visit the inner earth, you could visit Agartha, you could visit one of the poles and see what the heck is going on over there, which is just a bunch of crap and civilizations that we haven't seen for a very long time, blah blah blah. All of these people are limited in their travels, and the way to become the magician, the way to become the seer, is when you finally enter the light body. You are just pure consciousness. You're just the pure spirit. And there's this guy on YouTube online that is, I highly recommend you guys go watch, is Darius Wright. And he talks about how to enter the light body, which is different from the astral body. Again, astral body is like a secondary, it's an intermediary body that helps keep your consciousness on the earth. And the light body is just pure spirit. And when you exit the body consciously, because we all do it when we go to sleep, but when you do it consciously, that is when you start seeing new realms, you start seeing new dimensions, you start seeing all these beings and entities that you cannot necessarily see with your 3D body and self. So, in order to consciously exit the body, like the yogis do, like certain avatars do, they can just exit their bodies and leave a place. It comes with some discipline. It's most likely not going to be very natural for everybody to do because they didn't teach us this, of course. So I highly recommend that you have some sort of end of the night practice. Having the great desire and the great focus to wanting this, start cultivating that. And in the last 3 hours of your night, you should just be ready for the body to go to sleep. And right before you go to sleep, the first step is to have some sort of breath practice. So I like doing Wim Hof because it's very simple to remember. You can also do the yogic baby breath. And there are a lot of pranayama. There are a lot of practices that I also like to tap into, that I also like to do. And you should find the one that works for you. And the point of the breath is to activate all your chakras, is for you to just be fully online, and also at the same time for your mind to be shut down, for you not to be overthinking, overstimulated, for you to be, racing 100 miles per minute, overstimulated, basically allowing the God Self to enter through your vessel, giving you the full potential and vitality. Your crown is open, your heart is activated, and this is where the hardest part comes. But a second step to this method is, because we're so overstimulated, we're thinking throughout the day, it also might, a good passageway into the other realm, into the spirit realm, is also to listen to binaural beats frequencies. And I highly recommend the delta frequencies, because that is the sleep state. That is what babies are most of the time on. So you slap on your headphones with delta frequencies. Okay, you should barely hear it. It should not be ringing in your ear the whole entire time. You should be in the background. And you've already done your breath work. You've already quieted the mind. You've already gone through your night routine, and you start to let the body go to sleep. When you let the body go to sleep, this is the hardest part for anybody that wants to exit the body, is now you need to wait for your body to go to sleep. But your mind should not be asleep. You should be conscious during this time. And a lot of people will find that very hard. But if you've done certain meditations, you've tried meditation out, then you should just have an open mind and just say, okay, I'm just going to wait for my body to go to sleep. Most likely at this point, you're asking yourself, how will I keep my thoughts quiet while I try to have an OBE? For me, I have entered OBEs unknowingly by meditating. Learning how to keep the mind quiet is the key to entering a lot of advanced states of consciousness, including OBEs. The ancients and many will agree that there is only one way to meditate truly, a way that will open the passageway into cosmic consciousness and allow you to exit your body at will. This meditation is called Shambhavi Mudra. Shambhavi Mudra in English is called eyebrow gazing. Your focus goes to the center point between your eyes, otherwise known as the third eye. Many photos of yogis, even Paramahansa Yogananda, showing us firsthand how this works.
But by closing the eyes and in a relaxation, I can remain asleep several nights. And by opening the eyes and recharging the body, I can keep awake several days. Now I will go into the state of superconscious bliss by lifting my eyes higher in a relaxation and controlling my heart.
If you meditate before your OBE, you quiet the mind using this mudra for whatever amount of time you desire before your thoughts quiet, then silence. Then you will most likely feel a shift and enter the silent zone or passage of pure consciousness that is needed for you to exit your body. I hope this was helpful. I also put a video that explains more in depth how to start the Shambhavi Mudra, or the powerful way of meditation. And this is where things naturally start to happen, because your spirit wants to leave your body, okay? It's not just going to leave your body at death, even though that's what the yogis do. They basically leave their bodies at will and they never go back. It's basically them exiting the body when they wish. So doing that, because it's a near-death state, it does not mean you're going to die, because your consciousness does this every single night, but now you are conscious of doing this. So at this point, you should start feeling your consciousness lift out of your body. And it might be really hard at first. For me, it kind of feels like you're trying to stretch yourself out of something that doesn't want to be stretched out of, like it's intertwined. You're very much intertwined and pushed into this vessel. But if you do things with ease, you're going to lift out of your body. Darius also talks about like maybe sleeping on your right side for you to just like basically come out of the body a lot more easily. And yeah, guys, the point of this, I think, that will determine your success is your determination. The human will is probably the most powerful thing. You visualizing this, you wanting this beyond demand, beyond comprehension, and you having the discipline to take these steps. They're not very hard, but the hardest part most likely for most people will be the point where you allow your body to sleep. And when you do feel yourself lift out of your body or coming out of your body, the next point that a lot of humans have been programmed into humans is fear. And I might go into that in another video because I can't talk about how not to be afraid of the dark, how not to be afraid of all these entities coming towards you, because it's not true. There's not going to be a bunch of entities. And when you come out of your body, you're still the same person, you're still the same personality, but you have to remind yourself, like, I am the God self, I am God. I'm a part of God, so why the heck would I be afraid of these things that can't even touch me? They're not even in my vibration. They're not. Yeah, these things that we're all imagining and that we all think that are going to come towards us, they're all thought forms. They're all things that are instantly created. So instantly created when you come out of the body. So let's say you come out of your body and you manifest like a dark entity and it just comes and tortures you. It's like you literally created that thing. So why don't you command that thing to go away and for you to continue on your adventure of being the spirit self, for you to consciously leave the body, be in the light body. And yeah, guys, those are like basically my 3 or 4 steps on how. So, just to go over the steps once again, how to enter the light body, which is distinctly different from the astral body. The astral body is just basically like the cocoon, like I was telling you, that keeps your ego and your consciousness, your spirit body together on earth. Like the glue, I guess I should say. But the steps, the easy steps. But number 1, you should have a night routine. And this means that you probably shouldn't be partaking in substances, no coffee. Just make the last 3 hours of your day about going to sleep, shutting down the body, whatsoever you need to do. Number 2 is have the breath practice. So you need to come up with either naturally, intuitively, or you need to research a breath practice. And I told you guys that I highly recommend Wim Hof yogic belly breath. And there are a lot of pranayama methods out there that honestly you should be listening to a person that's from that country or that tradition, how to do those things. So that is the second thing. The third is listening to frequencies, binaural beats, frequencies, and the recommended one is delta, to put your mind into delta, into sleep mode. It should not be so loud. Do not turn it up so loud. Just turn it in the background, because you're most likely just going to be like freaking out or just overstimulated again because it's so freaking loud in your ear. And the fourth and maybe fifth thing that you need to do is you need to make sure that you are sleeping, you're allowing your body to shut down, and you're having the discipline and you're having the fortitude to realize, okay, I'm going to be conscious throughout this whole process, even if it takes me like 10 hours to finally go to sleep, my body to finally go to sleep. And something will happen naturally. It is very natural for us to go through this process, for us to exit the body, because it happens every single night. But now you're doing it consciously. You're not on the verge of death. You're not doing it because something in life forced you to, because again, once more of us learn who we are and the capabilities that we have, then nobody can tell us anything different. Nobody's going to tell us that we are not a part of God. We're not the children of God. They're not going to be able to tell us shit, because we know that we are a part of God. We are the Godhead once we leave this body. And I also highly recommend that you check out Darius Wright's channel. After I watched his videos, his interviews, I realized that I was leaving my body without me knowing it. I just didn't realize it, and it's something that's very innate, I think, in a lot of the souls that have been here for a while, or that have been existing, that are very ancient. It's just something that's very natural. So when you check out his interviews, you're going to start resonating on that frequency. You're going to start preparing yourself, and you're going to start becoming more excited. You're not going to be fearful anymore. And I also highly recommend you check out his testimonials, because I think that's what really helps me, is for me to listen to other people, their experiences out of this realm, out of this 3D matrix, out of this dream world, and entering the spirit world and realizing, wow, everything is a lot more real. Once you exit this body, it's more visceral. It is the real place. And does that mean that we become, you know, very, we feel like our lives are just nothing and we're just nothing without our spirit bodies? No, that is not the point. We're here to experience life. We're here to experience beautiful things as a body, mind, and soul in this 3D matrix dream world. But it's also cool that you can exit this body whenever you please, and it's not just on a whim, or it's not just when you're dreaming. So guys, let me know if that was very helpful. I guess I'll also mention that if your body is sick, or if your body is going through some stuff, that doesn't mean that you can't exit your body. That most likely means that you can as well. But if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not taking care of your mental state, that means you might have more of a frenetic and frantic energy, and you might be a lot more scared and prone to things before exiting the body, which means you're going to start manifesting demons and weird shit. So prepare yourself, try to balance your energies before you start this. I would call it a ritual. It's a ritual before you start consciously doing this. And just to let you know that this is real, this is the truth. You can listen to a lot more testimonies, a lot of more people exiting their bodies. It's not just astral projection, it's not just, you know, just remote viewing what's going on in the earth realm. It's also what's going on in the spirit realm. And in the future, I might talk about this more to help anybody that needs more verification, that wants to feel more of that joy and excitement of controlling their existence, being in control, being the God self. So yeah guys, that is it. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.